So,
thank God.
Last time, you all made your way to the Dwarven Kingdom of Ridgehaven to inform the king that his services are in need and that a great evil may be fast approaching this land, but not before getting a good rest aboard Finnegan's new ship. Upon boarding the ship, you began to notice that it had been maintained in your absence. The deck, sails, and keel all cleaned and upkept, the larder was stocked, and the captain's quarters had been lavishly refurnished. Without a clue to who had done this, though, you decided to go ahead and get some sleep and deal with that another time. When you finally awoke feeling well rested, you headed out for Ridgehaven. Upon arrival, you inquired about your cart and beasts of burden and were told to go to the reclamations office. Zilgrim, Finnegan, and Garuk went to get the cart while Quinrin and Gorna went off to the archives. When Quinn and Gorna got there, they found Purity there, poring over tomes and scrolls. She told you that she had been talking with King Rangar about dreams you had all been having, and how they were similar to the ones reported by his father when Jevola attacked the first time. After quite a bit of back and forth, Purity eventually convinced King Rangar to send an envoy to the last respite and Precipice Fort, under the condition that the bone mantle lost by his father in Stura Mim be returned to him. You all decided you would take him up on his offer and head into the Great Dark to find his father's mantle and hopefully help set things into motion against the forces of evil. So into the dark you all travel, passing by dwarven tunneling machines, machines for defense and war, crawling across the large one blocking your path, accidentally starting it up again. Luckily nobody was hurt too badly and you continued on your way. Miles and miles of dark cavern and cave you traveled, fighting dark mantles, phase spiders, and a gelatinous cube. You braved the denizens of Stura Mim until you finally found it. The bone mantle, in a rather fitting location, a mound of bones. Finnegan, deciding to be the brave one, grabbed the mantle and wrenched it free, then springing from the pile, 10 skeletons and one large, terrifying bone naga. A fierce battle raged, and thanks to a clever move by Zilgrim, the skeletons were quickly dispatched, leaving only the bone naga. A torrent of blows and lightning and fire rained from both sides, but in the end the naga was defeated and the mantle retrieved. Now with you all safely back in Purity's shop, we pick up here. We're going to stay there.
I have a question about something that happened last session.
Yeah, what's up?
That book that I was reading, did that cause anything to happen?
Anything like...
Did I learn anything useful? Or...
Oh, you gained a new, yeah, you can read Infernal. Yeah, you sure can.
Okay.
Read and write.
Perfect. I thought you had said that, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, most certainly. Yeah, that book has forcefully given you the ability to read Infernal now. Sick. Which this book happens to be written in. So you all are now in the shop of Purity Fang. You have returned the bone mantle. You brought it back with you. And she says, well, this is wonderful. This is absolutely wonderful. I can take this to the king immediately. And he will, if he's true to his word, he will send an envoy to the Precipice Fort and to the Last Respite to speak with the Vulcan Authority. In the meantime, though, I think as soon as you can, you all should get to Cantrove.
It's probably a good idea.
But is there anything I can help you with in my shop before I go? Because I'm going to take this immediately. She sort of like grabs the bone mantle and gets ready to head out.
So what's so special about the bone mantle?
It belonged to his father. I really don't know. I didn't much ask. He seemed to want a thing. I thought I could provide him with the thing. If I got him the thing, we could get this moving.
Fantastic. Sounds great. Fair enough.
Maybe try the archive?
Yeah, maybe so.
I need to go to the archive.
Use some potions.
What do you need?
Just some basic healing
I
potions.
think we bought her out last time.
Yeah, you all bought a shitload of potions last time you were in.
I think she had another greater healing left.
Yes.
But we bought all of the potions of healing.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe you did.
Alright.
I bought a lot of stuff last time.
Not to
I'm not,
not to spike your idea or anything.
No, it's okay. I forgot about
You know what? Give me just roll a d20.
15.
She says, actually, I think I have one left. And she goes back and she rummages around in the back and she sets it on the table.
I would like to have that, please, very much.
She says, that'll be 25 gold.
Easy peasy. Hand over the gold.
And she thanks you all again, and she leaves her shop pretty hastily and leaves you all standing in her shop.
Yeah, that's fine. We can walk up on our way out.
I have a little.
You know what are friends for?
Yes, you may.
Where's Stabbert now? Is he still just hanging out in the shop?
Yes, Stabbert has been in the shop with her the whole time. He seems fairly well taken care of.
He's still not allowed in the archive, though.
What are you all doing now?
I need to go to the archive.
We should probably get those gems appraised.
That's a good idea, too.
Yeah. Like, I know there has to be a jeweler. It's the Dwarven City.
Oh, right. We picked up a bunch of gems from some spiders.
A ton of them. A whole bunch.
I did not know that.
That's alright. The bag of holding did.
Yeah, it did.
It said cha-ching.
So where do you think we would take these gems?
A jeweler
to a
or an
jeweler.
enchanter.
Yeah. Depending on what they are. If they're large, like, they may be useful to an enchanter. Or certain things? I don't know. I don't know if a jeweler's gonna buy, like, big chunks of
I was
raw
gonna say,
gemstone.
if any of the diamonds specifically are, like, appraised at 300 gold pieces, I can use them for revivify spells.
I suppose the first thing would be to talk to either an enchanter or a jeweler just to figure out what we're up to. There's
Right.
gotta be at least one of those, or maybe
I
both.
would hope so. It would make it easy.
Ridgehaven's crawling with this stuff, I'm sure.
Okay. So, you need to head to the archive.
Mm-hmm. I gotta do some book learning.
Four are gonna look for a jeweler?
I have the bag.
I'll go
So
with,
sure.
yeah. That's what I'm
I'll go as
interested
protection. They're carrying a lot of
I
stuff.
don't really like the library. It's kind
in. It's not your vibe.
of... Yeah, it's not really my speed.
There's a lot of steps to get up there, you know? We got
Since I
little
have
legs.
Stabber,
Yeah, it's
I'll
the
go with them
steps.
first.
Oh, as you all are about to leave, Purity comes back in and opens the door and says, "Oh, good, you haven't left. Also, why haven't you left? Never mind. How are you getting to Cantrove?"
You know,
He has a boat.
Shit.
And we also have a wagon with two perfectly good critters attached.
what's the quickest way to Cantrove, over land or sea?
I don't think there's a port there, is there?
Well, that would depend.
I don't actually know where Cantrove is. I've never been this far south before.
She steps back in and she shuts the door and she says, "Why do you think you could get there by sea?"
Because we've never been there before.
And
Because we're ignorant.
Make deception checks.
I have to deceive her that we're ignorant.
You two. Yeah, because you're not. You've been told how to get there. You've been told that there's a port.
Yeah.
11. No. 12.
Oh yeah, it's like at the very, very tip.
Yeah,
right.
No, 13.
13,
16.
16.
Was Purity the one who told us that?
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
okay, good. I was gonna be like, that would be embarrassing.
No, I think it was the other cat.
She says,
I have no idea.
Well, the quickest way would be to fly.
I don't have wings.
Fly? Like,
Is that an option?
yeah, what flies other than birds? Dragons?
Magic,
Griffins, magic,
griffins.
balloons,
Okay.
hawks,
But since
Well,
that doesn't
those are
seem to be
birds.
much of an option,
sparrows.
That is also a
Also
bird.
bird. Ravens.
if you have cart and
Still a bird.
if you have cart and mule, traveling across land would be a fairly straight line.
We were also kind of warned about being out in the open.
Then you definitely don't want to travel across land, because once you get past the woods outside of outside of the area past Raven's Orchard, it becomes open field and farmland for miles and miles and miles before you get to the next city, which is Kalnora.
Seems like something we should avoid right
Yeah.
now.
Especially when there's a Northon possibly hunting us.
That's exactly.
Mhm.
It's yeah.
I'll
There's
say the word Orthon a couple more times.
a much slower path through the mountains. The mountains extend all the way around the island. There is a path through all of them.
Would a cart be able to make this trip?
I don't know. For some of it, I can say certainly, but I cannot vouch for all of it. I have not traveled at all.
If it becomes our main option, we do know where we can keep them in the meantime, though.
There's also another option. While I was in the archives, I did a little reading. I did a lot of reading. I did a whole lot of reading. It seems that there is It seems that there are caves dotted throughout the mountainside that all connect to the Great Dark. So, in theory, one could travel through the Great Dark across the land of Cetera to the other side without touching the surface.
That seems harrowing.
It would be.
So we could get to Cantrove?
Theoretically, yes. Also, and she looks at you, Finn, she says, if you had a ship and there were a way into Cantrove via the ocean, that would probably be your safest way. And I believe it may even be faster than walking.
And probably no Orthon. Probably.
Well, if we had...
Do they swim?
Oh, shit.
It just so
I don't know.
happens that we have a ship.
Well, if they're immune to fire, that
Well,
means they're weak
we
against
don't
water,
have a
right?
ship. Finnegan has a ship?
Yes, you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop rubbing it in.
If there were a way to get to Cantrove via ship, that would be your fastest route.
We don't have quite enough people to man the ship, allegedly.
And
Like we're like one or two
There
people
is-
short, I think.
is there a port nearby?
The Rhine.
Well, no, in Cantrove. Is there a port near Cantrove that you're aware of?
No. Like I said, if there were a way to get there by ship, it would be your fastest way. Either way, good luck to you all. The faster we can get this done, the better. I'm going to go
Absolutely.
speak with King Rangar. she leaves.
Well, I'm going to the archive.
Okay, you make your way off to the archive. The rest of you are heading out looking for a jeweler or an enchanter or what's a
Whichever we see first on the
A
street, I guess.
gemologist.
gemologist. I'm Jamal, the gemologist.
Oh, Jamel, I miss it. He was my best friend before. I went to-
You four make perception checks. Yeah.
It definitely says at some point. I mean, I did write down we can sail to the Cantrovian jungle, but I didn't write down how or why.
We were told there was a port.
The Vulcan Authority told you
Okay.
that there was a port. The Vulcan Authority drew on your map a port for you that's not there on new maps today.
Oh,
It's a secret port.
Right.
I got a 13.
6.
11.
What am I rolling?
Perception.
Perception.
Neat. It's a 16.
16.
17.
17.
Even better than a 16.
It doesn't take you very long. In this city, there are several shops that are very well equipped to appraise gemstones, buy them from you. Pawn shops, jewelers, things like that. You get the idea that even some of the dwarven blacksmiths around here could probably give you prices on what these gemstones are worth. It seems to be kind of inlaid everywhere. It's in all of their work. So yeah, pretty much any old general store or pawn shop would be able to tell you, and it takes you no time to find one at all.
Let's go.
So you all walk into
following you.
You all walk into the pawn shop. There's a dwarven, big burly dwarven guy behind the counter. He's a big bushy beard, and he's got a big jeweler's loop on, and he's actually looking at a diamond, roughly the size of a softball.
It's just a small one then.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just a little one. And he looks up, and you can see his eye all big in the end of the jeweler's loop, and he says, "Oh, hey, can I help you?"
Got some gems we would like to get appraised, hopefully.
Appraise. What do you got? What you got? Let's see him.
Well, okay.
Sticks the jeweler's loop back
I'm
in
gonna
his eye.
open the bag and just reach in and grab one, sit it on the counter.
Oh.
2, sit it on the counter.
Oh.
And
Just keep going.
we're just gonna keep going one at a time.
We have like
Sticks
more
his
than
jeweler's
like
loop
30.
on, and he just starts getting kind of close to the pile.
And just keep going.
Meanwhile, while that's going on at the archive,
Yeah.
Are we still damaged?
We have not rested.
yeah.
yeah, you all
Okay.
not. You all
We
have
are
a chance
we
to
are
rest.
what they would call busted goods. Yes, yes friend.
Busted good. So at the archives, you walk back into the archives you're relatively familiar with now. You've been here a couple times. Are you just going to go in and start looking around at things, or are you going to ask for...
Well, I know there are card catalogs, right?
Do a decimal.
So yeah.
It's not quite Dewey Decimal.
So
Something probably less racist.
So if I knew what I was looking for, I could go into the card catalog and just kind of like flip around. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say give me an intelligence check.
Oh, I'm so good at these. 21.
21. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
I would say that with a 21, you not only find the section that you're looking for, you also happen to notice while flipping through all of these cards that there are several books that would be quite helpful to you in a restricted section of this archive.
Well, I guess I need to talk to somebody about how to get into the restricted section of the archive.
Besides those, though, you do find other books that you know would also be helpful.
Okay.
But yeah, you So basically, it's the difference in you could go through a section that you know will contain books that you're looking for and find several things. You'll have to read many books in order to get what you're looking for. Or if you find a way into gaining access to the restricted section of the library, you might be able to get what you are looking for in 1 or 2 books.
How do I get into this restricted area? Well, I guess the first thing to find out, just to prod and see how much time it would take, is just to ask, right? There's somebody at the desk up front.
Yep, for sure.
I can just ask them how long it, or how to go about getting access.
Show some leg.
I got my good boots on today.
Volunteer to read to children.
Very old bearded dwarven woman behind the counter leans up and says, "I'm very sorry, but the restricted section is for archivists and restorers only."
Well, coincidentally, as a subclass Order of the Scribe, I kind of sort of am an archivist.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I love disadvantage because with advantage I do so horribly. Let's watch a 20 hit the table and a 2. Persuasion
Yeah.
with disadvantage?
Yes.
Boy, I wish I had a better charisma. 12.
I thought that was going to be a bigger number.
I was hoping it was going to be a bigger number. I'm
She,
doing everything I can.
She leans up and she says, "I'm afraid you are not the archivists allowed in the restricted section of this library."
Okay. I understand. I guess I'll have to work for it.
Yes, you may start by approaching the king and his council and petitioning to join the archivists and dedicate your life to the Grand Archives. And then if accepted, you may enter the restricted section.
Okay.
It is also possible to become a restorer, in which case you would also be able to enter the restricted section, but only in which to restore said books that needed restoration on the list.
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Do you have an archive card?
I do not.
They're free.
I'll have one.
Excellent. It's fantastic. We really need the funding. And the library, the archive cards are free, but if the more that we give out, it's on a register. You just give us your name and we give you the card, and then it shows on the register to the King's Court, and we get funding based on how many
Brilliant.
we
No,
have.
that's
So
amazing.
thank you for supporting us.
Absolutely.
And she leans down and she writes you a card. She says, "What is your name?"
My name is Quinrin Moonfade.
She writes it down. It's all in big block dwarven runes too. It's a big, quite a large card. It's on very thick cardstock too. And she prints it all out and she hands it to you.
Alrighty, well, I'll take it. I will.
She says that will allow you to check books from the archives as long as they are not, of course, in the restricted section. Very good.
Damn. It's all in the room.
Librarians are
That's
brutal.
messed
Low-key
up.
brutal. in
That
a
was
way
the
that
peak
most
of that
people don't
person's
understand.
day.
So you got a choice on your hands. Meanwhile, about how many gems has Finnegan put onto the table at this point?
All of them bar one ruby that I really like.
Bar 1 ruby. Okay.
That I'm gonna just put back in the bag and like say nothing, just kind of like side eye everyone.
I just look over and just.
Oh my God, Merlin!
He was just gnawing on Patrick's fingers, just absolutely going at it.
What a gremlin. So he puts on his jeweler's loop and he spreads them out over the table a bit. And he says, "All right." And he starts arranging them into groups. You have rubies, diamonds, sapphires, and emeralds. He goes over them for quite a bit. And he says, "And all uncut stones. All right. Very in the raw. Quite clear." Picks up another one and looks at it for a bit. Sets it back down. He goes over them for quite a bit because you actually have a quite impressive pile here. So it does take him a little bit to actually go over.
It's big enough for two spiders to hide
everything. Yeah, I mean it's quite a large pile. And as you're looking around the store, you notice that he's got a lot of really nice pieces of jewelry in here. Varying levels of fashion and gaudiness all over. Mostly behind what appear to be some form of glass case. But he finishes up everything and he says, "Well, I'd say the emeralds are worth around 500 gold. Your sapphires are worth a little more. They're worth around 600. Your rubies are probably the least. They're only worth around 115. And your diamonds are worth 800 gold in total."
So, around 2,000 total.
Are any of those diamonds ones you want to keep a hold of?
Yeah, 2,015 gold.
How much does this diamond need to be
It
worth?
has to be worth 300 gold pieces.
Uh,
It can be a diamond or diamonds.
diamond
I
or
believe.
diamond. It's worth 300 gold pieces
Okay,
for both.
so we need to hold on to
Why
those
don't
for
just
you,
keep
right?
the diamonds then?
Yeah.
Okay. How much was they?
800 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
Okay. I said that.
How
wrong.
much
You
was
English
they?
real good.
He says, well, you don't want to sell the diamonds?
We have other uses
Yeah, I
for
think
them.
Well, all right then. How about the others?
I'm not attached to them.
Nope. I'm fine with getting rid of them. I could use some more coin, to be honest.
All right, he says, well, how about 1,200 gold for the lot?
It's fine.
I was gonna say, if you all
I'm
feel like
trying to-
that's fair to split between the
How
rest of you.
1,500.
Nope.
Oh, I wish I was there.
He says, you throw in some of those diamonds and maybe we'll talk about 1,500, but for this, nah, 1,200 gold.
Okay, fair enough. I tried.
Good effort.
1,200 gold it is, I guess.
All right, great, good doing business. And he counts out 1,200 gold. 1, 2, 3.
I like this guy.
So back to the archive.
Heck yeah. That's Finnegan's family right there. That's my first mate.
This is
So-
my first mate. All right.
That's the booty.
So basically, my choice is to beat feet to the king and beg for permission and devote my life to the archive.
We have a lot to do, but this is the most important.
Or-
I know you mean run, but
Seriously. You can't say that these days.
this is the internet.
I was just running when I was in the Marine Corps.
All right. So, are you really gonna go to the king and try and get on with the?
By yourself, just fucking hustling with your new library card.
You're like joining the
Oh, well, so here's the
my
thing.
life to the library.
Here's the thing. I'm also considering dropping like
Oh no. That's
Go on.
I'm also considering trying to drop like 100 gold in front of this dwarf and be like, look, you don't see shit for 45 minutes, man. That's all I'm saying.
gonna bribe
You're gonna bribe
a librarian.
I feel
can't
we
bribe
are.
librarians.
I feel like we are in good standing. In
They're
this town.
rocks. They know more than you.
Yeah, they do.
It's up to you. You can handle this however you
Yeah,
think
this is
Quinrin would
D&D.
handle this.
Get on
yeah,
it.
You can handle this
If
however
wanna
you think
try
Quinrin
to-
would handle
to
this.
bribe an old
Feel
dwarvish
free.
woman.
Quinrin is a learned wizard, but he also comes from money. So I
He's
can see
learned.
I can see either happening, honestly.
Yeah.
Or if you want to just take the long route too, that's an option. You do whatever Quinrin would do. I'm fine with it. I love this game. This
I
is what
know.
this is for. 195? 190.
All right. I am.
I'm just enthralled. I'm counting with him, like mouthing.
199? 200.
I'm perusing
201.
other stuff. I'm not watching
Yeah,
this.
I
I'm
will-
like looking
This
at
is
his
spinning in
wares.
a
I'm looking at jewelry.
All right. I
I'm
am
hanging out at the
going.
cart with the donkeys and the rats.
It's just
Just waiting forever.
Kicking your feet. Sitting on the cart.
Playing
All
the
right.
stabber.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Try
go
not
out.
to bit.
All right, I'm gonna go outside and see Grook and the
Okay.
rabbit.
So what
I
is,
can't take
what's
it
Quinrin
anymore.
doing?
Jewelry's not my
I'm going to the
bag.
king.
You're going to the king. All right. Cool.
I
You
follow
so you make your way out of the archive and give me a perception check.
Quinrin joins.
Perception. This is good, right? 16.
16. You see the keep and can head that way.
I'm glad because this could have been way worse.
16. You also estimate that it's probably going to take you about 30, 40 minutes to get over there.
Yep.
It's
Here
a
we
big
go.
city.
Here we go.
So you take off walking.
Yep. A hurried walk with purpose.
$11.99, $1,200, and there you go, sir. That ought to conclude our business. Unless there's any of my fine wares I can help you with.
I'm not really a jewelry type.
No, I understand.
I don't think any of us are.
I'm not either.
I thought you guys were in a pawn shop.
We are.
And he scoops all of the gems off of the
Oh wait, we're in a pawn
off
shop.
the counter.
I thought we were in a jeweler's.
You all found several shops. You didn't really give me an idea of which one you wanted to go
I
in.
was
so
gonna say I thought we were in a
I
pawn
was
shop.
like, I thought we were in a jeweler's. Like,
there's just a lot of jewelry, but
okay.
He's a jeweler.
Can I get a broken record player and a handgun?
it was mostly jewelry, actually. This looked like a secondhand jewelry shop kind of deal. Who also he may have dabbled in making his own stuff. You definitely don't get the idea that you were ripped off, however.
Okay, that's good.
So you all have completed your business inside the shop. What would you all like to do now? You are 1,200 gold richer.
So should we just keep it as 1,200 gold, separate for right now since we're all split up?
Yeah, we'll decide. I mean, I assume it'll be even, but let's not make any assumptions before we see everybody.
What is 1,200 divided by 5?
I knew somebody was gonna ask this.
200.
I mean, in all fairness, somebody kept $800.
I was gonna
worth
say
of
my
diamonds,
share
so-
should probably be
240.
split up
It's 240.
Oh, well.
amongst the rest of you, just because I have so many diamonds now. Like it
That
just
seems
seems
totally
fair.
reasonable to
That's up to
me.
you.
So yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say no
300 each.
to
You
dollars.
should probably go ahead
Yeah.
and do that because I kept 800 gold.
This is not the
worth.
Midwest. I will take your dollars.
Yes.
Oh no, you shouldn't have. No. Oh no, you should.
I insist.
You absolutely should give me money.
We'll
I'm
each
beautiful.
get 300 then, and I'll just have 300 to give to you
All right.
300?
each.
3,
240.
6, 9, 12.
Yeah.
We're not.
There's 5 of you.
But I relinquished my share.
Oh, you're
Because
giving
of
up
the
your
diamond.
share. Oh,
Yeah, because of
okay,
the diamond.
okay.
Somebody kept $800 worth of diamonds, so
Somebody has to bring your all's dumbasses back to life.
I was gonna say, now
if
I
you all
can do
wanna,
that.
If you all want to shorten your
Times.
healer,
It was his
the
idea.
cash, go ahead and short your healer the cash.
It was his idea.
we didn't short cash. We enriched them with diamonds.
No, right,
Network.
yes.
The diamonds are what keeps us alive.
So we get
Dollars don't.
300.
You all alive.
I'm more than satisfied.
All right. So where are you all?
Little
What
man
would you
ain't
all
never
like to
gone
do
hungry
now?
around me, so it's
I
fine.
was gonna say I'm not
Back up to
greedy now.
half a grand.
I'd kind of like to maybe visit a smithy.
Oh, we should also get you a captain's hat while we're in the city.
True.
We need to find a haberdasher or a hattery of some sort.
Haberdashery.
Hattery.
The gang goes shopping.
New era.
Fashion montage.
I'll get a snapback.
Ye old,
59.50.
ye old fitted cap.
Oh my god, can you get a trucker hat that says like fish fear me?
It's like this tall.
Women love me, fish fear me.
I went to Davy Jones' locker and all I got was this stupid t-shirt.
On a hat.
On a hat.
I'm with stupid and it points straight down.
That is.
Oh, it's not a beer belly, it's a fuel tank for a sex machine.
I would like to try and find a smith though.
Why would you want a six-pack when you can get drunker with a keg?
Oh god.
Bless. Okay. Anyway, Quinrin,
I heart trucks.
you have found the entrance to the keep.
Brilliant.
There are guards everywhere.
Sure.
They are armed with rifles,
Hell yeah.
similar to the one Finnegan carries.
I'm not gonna say that.
But slightly different.
I'm not Stu Lee.
In a couple of specific ways. Most notably, their markings. They're all stamped with a big, huge emblem of a mountain. And the inside has been hollowed out, and inside of it there's a very large hammer.
Very much the mark of the king.
Oh yes, yeah. You get the idea very quickly. Like, oh yeah, that's an insignia for sure.
Are you asking to talk to the Dwarven Kingdom's manager?
What
Yeah.
what are you doing as you approach the keep?
I'm gonna dust myself off, make sure everything's good. I'm gonna look down and realize I took it off, so I didn't clink it off the table. But my pipe's still around my neck, so I'm gonna tuck that inside my shirt.
Okay.
Spray some axe on yourself.
Yeah.
Do a
Quick pit check.
pick my hair so I don't look so crazy. Because I slept on a boat, and then before that I slept in a cart.
Recently, you just crawled out.
Yeah, and then I just crawled out of.
from Skura Mim, the Great Dark.
Oh, I bet we still smell so
So
good.
I'm using that to my advantage.
So, all right, you
But I'm going to attempt to make myself as presentable as possible for the moment.
okay.
Obviously I don't have any, pomade or a comb or.
Sure.
You have butter.
I do have butter.
Oh.
We're gonna not do that because I don't have shampoo.
Oh my god. Just
And
go
after a few hours,
rancid.
that's going to smell rancid.
So,
Grease.
Just cat's grease.
just slick your hair back and fling it. So
That's
gross.
gotta be a charisma.
I thought that was a cat.
All right, what are you doing?
Just text me.
Well, I assume that I have to go inside to find the king, so I'm gonna attempt to go inside.
Okay,
Unless
yeah.
one of these guys busts me in the mouth.
Nobody
with a
stops you.
rifle.
The keep is open. It's people are coming and going in and out of it. It seems like there's nobility walking throughout. You can tell because they're dressed nice.
Sure.
They're all kind of giving you kind of side eyes because your cloak is all dirty and you're like covered in like dust and grime and shit. You've been underground for a long time now, and traveled many miles. You're walking around for a while. You don't really have a sense of direction in this place. It's pretty big. There's a lot of corridors. There's a lot of sprawling hallways, and there's people kind of everywhere moving throughout this keep. You can just wander for a while if you'd like.
I'm sure there's a guard I could probably ask direction of
Sure.
without getting busted in the chops. I'm always afraid they're like the English with their funny little hats. Those dudes are way too serious.
Yeah, these.
Royal
No,
guard.
yeah, no.
They're
This,
like,
this is not those. Yeah, right. No, nothing like that.
How you gonna yell like that with no chin?
There are plenty of guards around though. If
Yeah,
you-
sure. I'm gonna approach one of the guards and ask how I could get counsel with the king in order to become an archivist for the Grand Archive.
I think you'll want.
Hell yeah, I'm getting
This
lost.
is,
This dude's sending me the fucking permits.
You're about to go.
I'm gonna get a marriage license.
He's sending you straight to the BMV. He says, go back downstairs, ask one of the guards at the front.
Perfect, thank you.
Yep.
Alrighty, and I'm gonna go back downstairs and ask one of the guards up front.
Okay, you
because
you go,
they clearly
go
know
all
what's
the way
going on
back
and he
downstairs.
doesn't.
You ask one of them, and they tell you that there's a forms office. If you want to apply for this job, you can apply. You go to the office. You'll fill out their forms. Give them your name. Give them your place of residence in the city. And then they will contact you once they have reviewed your file. You get the idea that the Dwarven Kingdom is a kingdom, yes, but it's run a bit more like a bureaucracy.
Yeah, we need to skip that step. I need to speak to the king. Brilliant. I'm gonna go find the king.
You're just gonna wander around. Okay, you know what? Give me a survival check.
Oh, dude, I'm so good at these. Oh, they're like my favorites because I get like no bonus to those. Oh shit, 18.
18. So you wander around for a while, and you get you're like, all right, let's think. Fuck, throne room. Probably dead center,
Has to be.
far north of the building. Let's go there. So you just make your way in that direction. Make a perception check.
This is the Achilles heel. No, that's a good number too. It's 19.
You hear Purity's voice echoing through the hallway.
That's all I needed, baby.
And
I'm so glad
do-
she's still here. She can vouch for me.
You do make your way down the hallway, and you come to the throne room of King Rengar Ridgeneck II. The doors to the throne room are open. There are guards standing in front of the door, guns on the ground and crossed, and you see Purity speaking with King Rengar.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
We're looking for a blacksmith now, aren't we?
Or someplace even, yeah, let's do blacksmith. I'd also like to find a place that maybe sells like magical weapons, fancy weapons, or even if I could get a weapon enchanted.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm after, something in that ballpark.
Okay.
Hell, even if I could find a +1 battle axe somewhere.
Smith is pretty easy to find. Enchanted weapons might be a little more like an enchanter here in the Dwarven City. You may have to look around a little bit harder for. A blacksmith you find probably no problem.
Every corner.
Yeah,
It's like Starbucks.
there's a lot of lot of metal workers here.
I do have some heavy armor I need to sell. It's been in the cart. I got the Mariner's armor I don't know how long ago. My old armor was just fucking thrown in the back.
Oh right.
Oh hey, yeah.
I'd like,
You
to,
should
like to sell
liquidate
it.
that. I forgot you had fancy fish armor.
What
It'll
armor?
keep me from
What
drowning.
armor was that you had?
That I had?
Yeah.
It was just heavy armor.
Which
It just-
kind of heavy? Was it scale?
Oh, I
plate?
believe it
plate.
was scale.
I think
Scale is medium.
Oh, well then it was probably plate.
Either plate or chainmail.
It wasn't chainmail.
Plate armor, probably.
I thought it was like half plate, full plate, or something. Is chainmail heavy armor?
Just plate armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chainmail's what I use. But that's only because full plate was like 5,000 gold.
They're very expensive.
1,500.
Wait, for mine? Or for what Diz was saying?
It says 1,500 gold pieces for. Yeah, 1,500 according to D&D Beyond. 1,500 gold pieces
Oh.
for
You
plate
had-
armor.
You had like full
That's
plate
the
armor.
purchase.
Oh, okay, because I would just like to sell it.
You'll probably get a third of that. So
That's fair. I would accept that.
Especially because you're so Leo.
I was gonna say, I wore it to a lot of battles. Like, I don't expect full price for it.
Okay, so are you all gonna go to a easier to find blacksmith, or are you gonna take some time and try and find an enchanter?
Well, probably start off with blacksmith, since that's where he needs to go.
Well, yeah, I mean, I might also enchant.
Let's check out an enchanter first, since that's more of a high-end thing. And if it's way outside of our price range, we can kick down a notch to a smithy. How about
we're gonna
that?
have to go to a smith probably either way to sell his armor.
Yeah, that's true too. It's just, I don't want to find a nice weapon and then blow my, and then come back to the
We
smith.
can go to the enchanters
So let's
first.
try to find
Yeah.
an enchanter.
Yeah, let's give it a whirl.
I'm not opposed to that.
Ready to roll? Too.
Okay, yeah. Everybody, make a perception check.
Perception check.
So sorry. So
Oh
sorry.
yeah. Really
Ah!
proud my mojo. Look at that.
I'm so
Fucked
I
me up.
fucked everything
I
up.
perceived
God.
nothing.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah,
I got a
It's
6.
definitely Quinrin's
I got
fault.
a 9.
But I rolled a 1.
Wow. All right.
I'm trash.
Don't worry, guys. I'll save us. I got a 5.
Ah!
Wait, out of the 4 of us, 9 was the highest roll.
Yes.
Yeah, it fucking was. We got lost.
That's my fault.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, you did 2 good rolls, now the rest of us are fucked.
Nah, my little book was hanging over Liz's tray. In fairness, the inside of Liz's shit is a D20 on 1, so
Yeah.
they really are just setting up the
A
precursor.
natural 1.
It's
a
to ward
5,
them off.
9.
A 9.
6.
And it works.
That's like my second
So you
one.
all you all walk around for
doing very well.
probably probably an hour.
Wow.
Looking for this, but you do finally find one. You do finally find an enchanting shop here.
Great.
The Lord.
No,
Lords.
so is this a place that sells enchanted weapons or does enchantments on weapons or both?
Go in and find out.
Yeah. I was, all right, so in we go.
Head on in and find out. As you walk in, you see that there are already there are weapons on the walls and behind the counter, set on the counter. It seems like this person does, in fact, have things for sale. You don't see them anywhere in the shop at the moment, but you can hear something going on in the back room. You can see a faint glow coming from the back room as well.
Is there a bell on the counter?
Actually, there was a bell on the door as you pushed it open.
Oh.
Ting.
Well, then I'll just wait. Look around. Are there any axes on the wall?
There's a couple.
All right.
Yeah, there's a couple. You hear a gruff voice come from the back that says, "I'll be right with you." Quinrin.
Sir.
You hear Purity
Yeah.
speaking with the king.
Right.
She goes on about finding the mantle, about this, the importance of these dreams. The king goes on to talk about, his beliefs and how, he believes the city is safe. He believes, there's already been an attack and we've pushed it off. We've proven already that, we can defend ourselves. I don't see the point in this. And it's a long back and forth of reluctancy on his part and a lot of concern
Yeah, absolutely.
on her
Absolutely.
part. I'd say you probably stand there for about 35 minutes as that conversation rolls on between the two. Finally, it does end, and the king does eventually end the conversation by sending an envoy of his own to personally appointed guards with message from the king, and those two and Purity all turn to leave the throne room at the same time.
Okay.
As they come out, Purity stops and kind of looks at you. She waits for the other two to pass by, and she looks at you and she says, "What are you doing here?
I need to speak to the king.
You need to get to Cantrell."
I need to get access to the restricted area in the Grand Archive because I need some spells in order to better protect myself, ourselves, and to aid in this endeavor.
So steal them.
Roger. Hey, look, I wanted to be legit. I wanted to be legit.
She's looking at you like she can't fucking believe you're standing here.
Okay.
It's been an hour since
Yeah.
she left you all. She assumed you all would have been an hour gone by now.
No.
She like this is a tabaxi and you can't see her skin, but her face has kind of gone pale and white and is kind of agape.
We fucked up.
She truly cannot fucking believe you all are still here.
Hey, in all fairness, in real life, I would have interjected in minute 3 of that conversation and I would have been in there. So.
She'd be really disappointed to know that we wandered around looking for a blacksmith for an hour.
Enchanter.
So
Hawking
Yeah.
gems.
Let's not mention this to people.
So she so I guess so what are you doing after she says that to you?
I guess I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna go steal some fucking spells.
Okay, you're headed back to the archives. She's headed back to her shop. You four. Finally, the glow fades from the back of the room, and an elderly turtle shuffles his way out from behind the counter, very slowly. Kind of looks at you all over, moving his head back and forth as he cranes it a bit, and he says, "What can I do for you?"
I'm looking for something, an axe. Looking for an axe. I saw you had a couple on the wall over here.
Got a couple of axes.
Can you describe them or tell me how much they cost?
They're there on the wall.
Those are the ones.
And you turn and look, and he's not going to describe shit for you. But you turn and look, and there are descriptions under the axes. You can tell by talking to him already, if he were to give you the description of these axes, you would be here for a while.
Okay.
So instead, you just read the descriptions of the axes on the walls. One of them is just simply a +1 axe. It's a double-headed, two-handed axe. It's pretty nice. It's nothing too fancy, but it looks like some decent work has been put into it, and it's got a large emerald right in the middle, and it glows faintly, and you can tell that that's where that axe gets its power from. The axe next to it is a little bit nicer. It is also a two-handed axe, but it has one blade and a large counterweight on the backside. It is also a +1 weapon, but this one is silvered, much like the one Garut carries. And they are priced accordingly as well.
How much is the one with the emerald?
That one is 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay, and I assume the silvered one is
1,500.
1,500.
Sheesh. Can I find any Finnegan-sized swords?
Yeah, for sure. There is a
daggers.
there is a short sword and 2 daggers that are there.
Okay. What are they? What are they like? Are
The short sword is +1. The 2 daggers are a matching set. One is silvered and does fire damage. The other is silvered and does cold damage.
Swanky.
The sword is 800 gold pieces. The 2 daggers are 2,500 gold pieces.
Yay!
How much would it be if I got him to enchant my weapon?
With what?
Just a +1 enchantment.
500 gold.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't want anything fancy, you just want a +1 to whatever weapon you're carrying, 500 gold pieces.
So, what was that third axe?
Did I say there were 3 axes on the wall? I thought I said there were 2 axes.
I
on the wall.
think he only said there were 2.
2 axes, 3 swords.
I just misheard then. Okay.
Missed turn.
How long would it take?
He says, "That's a question everyone wants to know.
Well, normally I'd be easygoing, but we're on a bit of a schedule.
I could have it done in an hour.
Well, that's amazing. That's...
I work quick."
I believe that. Sure. I'll give him my battle axe and 500 gold pieces.
Very good. You can pay upon completion.
Oh, thank you very much.
Not a problem. He lifts the axe and slowly brings it down to his waist, and he looks back up and says, "Anything else?"
What exactly does +1 do on a weapon?
+1 to attack and +1 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does +1.
It also counts as a magic item.
Yeah.
That counts as a magical, so your weapon does magical
I
damage.
think I need to save my money because I don't want to not
I should
have
have
any.
asked Purity. I should have asked
He nods and he
more
says,
for low.
"Wise
Go
to
get
know
cash for us.
when to spend."
About to take off. You got a 20 for day.
Thank you.
Anything else?
What else does he have in the shop?
Let's see. He's got a long sword in there. It seems to be just a +1 long sword. There's a mace. He doesn't seem to have much of anything else on the shelves any more exciting than what you've already seen.
Anything not weapons?
No, there's no armor, there's no cloaks, there's no clothing or anything on his shelves in there. It just seems to be a handful of weapons. You get the idea that he could probably enchant things like that. He just currently does not have anything like that in his shop.
Could I ask him if he's able to, create a wand?
I think you need a wizard for that,
Fair enough. I didn't know.
but I could try.
Yeah, well, I don't. No offense, I don't want to try.
He stops and he thinks for a second.
Do you have a try budget?
He says, "Come back with that one in an hour.
Okay.
Make it hour 30.
It's time to grab lunch.
That's
And he
what
just
What
kind
do
of looks
dwarves
over,
eat?
waiting, see if anyone else
Beer?
wants anything.
Sausages?
Well,
They
that
eat
makes
beer,
me
yes.
think he's gonna
Beer's
make a
food.
wand. But if that's the case, I want to specify that I want my sword to be my wand. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can afford a wand.
He has no idea how much a wand would even be. He get the idea he's never made a wand before, but he's willing to try.
Hey, I'm cool with it. Might work.
Do either of you all wanting anything?
Nope.
Okay, so that about takes care of that. Quinrin,
Yeah.
make a perception check.
Oh, the first one to betray me tonight.
How's it feel?
I would say this one I'd say make with advantage, because of your current position in the city.
That we're doing better. Perception is a 7. 19.
19. You happen to see your friends out in the streets. You could make your way to them if you would like on your way back to the archive.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I gotta talk to somebody about some sneaky shit.
So we caught up with you? You caught
I
up with
caught up
us?
with you.
Yeah, you guys have met up in the streets
Keen.
shortly after you all had left the Enchanters.
Alright, so, a couple things to note. Purity is surprised we haven't left yet.
We are supposed to leave soon, but
We have that effect on people.
a smithy down the road has my battle axe, and
Okay,
it'll
so
be
we're
done in
different.
like an hour and a half. So I say
Okay.
we grab a quick whatever they have to eat around here,
Oh,
and then
hey, here's some money.
I do love money. What was that, 300?
300.
oh yeah, right, and we sold the jewels.
Nice. Nice. Alright, so, long story short, and I'm gonna look over my shoulders a little bit. I need some spells from a restricted part of the Grand Archive, and I was trying to go through proper channels to do things, and I was going to ask a favor of the king, since we did a favor, and, it would keep things further out of a city, and then Purity told me to steal them. So, probably need to do that.
You steal your own library books.
Can't be
Yeah,
bad.
I'm not being wanted in 2 cities.
Coward.
I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a thief.
Well, it's not like
I
we're stealing
always-
from a person. We're stealing from an entire civilization.
I
stealing
have
from-
stuff that I
I
have to
feel
sell
like
at the
historically
blacksmith.
that hasn't gone
Listen,
over
if you
well.
want to do petty crime at the library, that's your business.
It's not petty. We need these.
I might be able to help.
Hey,
That's what I'm talking about. Now
In fact,
that's
I
Tell
think,
you what.
I think pretty confidently I could help.
you guys head to the library and do whatever nefarious nonsense you're about to get
it's
into.
not nefarious. It's for the greater good of the
I'm
world.
gonna go find whatever meat they put on a stick around here and wait for my battle axe to be done.
Sick.
All right. Well, Quinrin and Finnegan, you all head back to the archives, while Zilgrim, Garuk, and Gorna go off to find some food. You guys,
Finn and Quinn.
the dream team.
I love every time I have to note these guys down.
you guys going out for food. You're looking for this meat. Meat on a stick.
Yeah, some manner
Just
of
some
food
form
cart
of
or
food,
booth or something I don't have to sit down in.
Food truck.
Walk and eat.
Being a
food.
bit frustrated with the situation and a bit hangry at the moment, you're able to follow your nose pretty well to an open air market.
Excellent.
Where there are various cooked meats that being cooked out in the open.
Excellent.
right on
Exactly
things
what
up.
I was looking for.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's basically like food trucks, but it's an open air market, and they're serving basically fair food. Fried stuff, meats on sticks, various things wrapped in other things. None of it very good for you, but all of it incredibly tasty.
Perfect.
Some of it questionable because you've never quite seen meat that color, but hey, they're eating it.
Damn, Quinn would love this.
All right. I'm going to get one skewer of something I recognize and one skewer of something I don't recognize.
Nice. You spend a silver piece on that. What about you guys?
I'm gonna get a skewer of exclusively something I don't recognize.
Okay, yeah, that's 5 copper.
Okay.
Garuk.
I'm gonna do the same thing as Gorna, and
How many
also
copper
get
go into a silver?
Okay.
or ask
Okay.
if I could purchase a sack of vegetables.
Yeah, that's no problem. They say 1 silver, 5 copper for the whole deal. They give you quite a big bag, maybe a little bit bigger than you were anticipating. It's quite a large bag of vegetables.
Good. Stabbert is hungry.
How is Garuk feeling right now?
Hungry?
What do you mean?
About how is Garuk feeling about his two friends going to steal from this library?
Not great.
Not great. I was just curious. I was
Yeah,
wondering
like-
if he's got any qualms about that.
Yeah, like Garuk does not like thievery. Garuk does not like bullies. Garuk does not like
I was
liars.
wondering about that.
We've already
So,
been thieves before.
back to the thieves. Quinn and Finnegan. You guys are
Gods no masters.
headed into the archives. You come back into the archives, and the same dwarven woman behind the desk says, "Oh, have you brought back another for a library card? Would you care for a library card?"
He would love a library card.
Fantastic. You know, it really does help. You know, we were speaking earlier. We're
should
quite
definitely fill out your
underfunded,
details
and
before you steal.
it helps when you get a library card. It costs you nothing.
Do I know
to
where the
have one.
restricted area is?
Yeah. Yes. You know, it's up several levels.
Okay.
It's higher up than you have been in the archive so far, but you haven't been there yet.
I'm gonna
per
make my
se.
way up. Actually, I have a library card.
Yeah.
I am allowed to check out books.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is the library's policy on checking out books?
Oh, you can check out up to you can check out up to 3 books at a time.
Okay.
And then if you if you don't bring them back within a month's time, they begin to charge you
Right.
Um,
Perfectly reasonable.
on your library card.
Okay.
So as she's finishing up, she says, "And what is your name?"
Finnegan.
Finnegan. Do you have a last name?
I'm gonna use message. You know.
It's just Finnegan.
Make a deception check. Let's say, make a deception check.
That's a 19.
That's a dirty 20.
She says, Finnegan, just Finnegan, very good. A mononym, how quaint.
Thank you.
She hands you your...
I've literally considered having a mononym. I don't know if it's legal or not, but
Word I haven't heard in a hot second. It's a good one.
I thought you did.
She hands
no,
you
I have
your,
like 9 names.
your library card.
Been
and says,
collecting
Yes,
for a while.
for
Please,
years.
please enjoy the
So-
archives.
My partner is also a collector of names.
How many of those
You guys
books
should talk.
did I think it would take for me to get the spells that I was looking for? As you said, it was several.
Without the
Without-
without going into the restricted section, to get, I'd say, depending on how much you want to piece together, how much work you want to put into it, you could probably get something out of 3 books. You would be more comfortable if you had 8 or 9 to work
Okay.
with
Well,
from the
Make do
section.
with 6.
yeah, we've got 6.
Um,
We could get 9. That wouldn't be an issue.
But yeah. But from the restricted section, if you think you could do this in 1 or 2 books,
Right. See, the beauty of the restriction section is if I could get in.
Why do you need to steal from it, though? You could just get in.
I don't have to steal it.
so the restricted section, as you look up, because
Yeah, I would like to know what's going on. Can I see into the restricted section?
So the restricted section. So the way this archive works is it is a jutting tower up the side of a mountain.
Yes.
And it is a large octagonal tower. Each floor is a different section. The restricted section starts after the 5th floor. After the 5th floor, there become That's where the books on chains, books in cages, that's where those begin to start. That
Okay.
is the start of the restricted section from there and up. That is knowledge that is either too dangerous to be rented out, or the books are too rare to be rented out. So like some of them are on chains, and you are free to go up to them, take them off the wall and open them and look through them, but you cannot take them with you.
Okay.
Some of them are behind bars. Like some of them are locked away.
Straight up, you just can't even get
You
to
can't touch them. You're
All right.
not allowed to touch these books.
I should have asked more questions the first time through. All right, cool. So, can I go to the restricted section and check to see if I can even access the 2 books?
there is no one stopping you from. There's not like guards here in the archives.
So I just gotta not get seen by the librarian.
There are you notice that there are a couple of actually make a perception check.
Yeah, that seems logical. 19 again.
19. You see that there are other people that work here. They're restocking books. They're putting things away. There are other people on several floors of this archives that work here, not just the librarian at the front desk.
Okay.
But yeah, you get the idea that to steal one of these books, you would have to not be seen by someone stealing a book.
Yeah, sure. I'm not necessarily worried about stealing if I can even just access it. If it's on a chain, if I can take it off and read it there. Or is somebody going to wig out because I'm not an archivist?
Well, I mean, you'd have to go. So you flipped through the Rolodex earlier. You
Yep.
you found where that book would be. You would have to go to that section and physically find where that book is to know whether or not it's something you could even take off. The shelf.
Yeah. I want to do that. Yeah, that's
no investigation check necessary for that. You can find where this book is. One of the books is chained. You can take it off of the shelf. You can hold it. The other book is not far from it and is very much barred off.
very much barred off. Okay. So, but I can open and read the chained book?
You can open it. You can read through it. Yeah.
All right, cool. I would like to skim it for any of the stuff that I was looking for.
Make an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Or, no, better yet, make an Arcana check for
Hell,
me.
I'm super good at
Make an
Arcana,
Arcana
so
check.
let's do that shit. That's like a plus 10. Haha, 23.
23.
That's super fucking
This is
smart.
a good book. This is full. If you could take this book with you, you might have some shit on your hands. You might be able to get a bit from this book.
Okay.
I would say with that Arcana check, though, you know that in this book is quite a bit of good information. You know that in that other book is even more,
Even more.
even better.
So the thing about it, though, is if I can access this book and I can see the spells, by being an Order of the Scribe wizard, I can copy spells into my books at 2 minutes per spell level.
Okay, so you are going to stand in the restricted section of the library with a book out and your book out and copy something for 2 minutes and hope nobody sees you.
Well, see, I was wondering how ridiculous that sounded. When you say it back to me, it seems like it's really ridiculous.
You can give it a shot. I'm not telling you you can't. I just want you to be fully aware of what you are attempting if you are going to attempt this.
Does anyone currently see us?
I was about to
I'm gonna
say,
say that I'm just kind of following him around. like
There are
this.
definitely other people on this level of the library. Like there are other people that work here. There are people restocking shelves. There are archivists working on these
Is
levels.
there anywhere that's like kind of nearby that we can kind of just duck away for a second and be hidden?
We can't because
Just-
it's chained to the...
So the book is chained to the wall.
I'm not talking about with the book. I'm talking.
Oh,
about
just you two?
us.
Make a perception check. Make an investigation roll.
I think I'm good at those. I am.
I got a 20.
20. Okay.
21.
20 into 21.
I can roleplay real good sometimes.
There is so where the shelves come together, there is a spot, an alcove that runs back, and there's about 5 feet on either side, and there it leads back to the ladder that leads up and down to the next floors. If you walk back into this section, back into the back corner, you will be out of sight of most everyone here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be like, "Psst, get Quentin to follow me over there."
Yeah, absolutely.
And when I feel like we're good and obscured, I'm going to use a level 3 spell slot to cast invisibility
On
both of us.
both of you? Oh, you get to pick a second target at third
At
level?
level, yeah.
Okay,
if
so
you
you
overcharge it.
I'm gonna make a roll or two here real quick.
So an invisible book.
Everything
The
on
floating
him
book.
is invisible,
Yeah.
but if you cast a spell, it will end it. That's not good. I'm scared.
So you both go invisible, and as you do, you hear a voice go, "Hey, what are you two doing?" I rolled 2 natural 20s in a row. I'm
Hot.
sorry. There's gonna be people. There's gonna be at least 1 or 2 people that were looking, and I rolled 2 natural 20s.
That's
So they don't see you, but they saw you cast invisibility, and they saw you go invisible.
We're not doing anything wrong.
technically.
Do you say that out loud?
I'm thinking that. I'm
Just
gonna,
invisible.
We're not doing nothing, man.
You actually just say that?
no. I'm gonna. While being invisible, I'm gonna say, "Oh, I was just showing my friend something I learned recently."
Make a deception check. You're definitely gonna have to make a deception.
Yeah, this is all foobar already. Oh, that
19.
19. He says, "You're showing your friend something."
Yeah, a neat little trick that I learned.
Okay, well, that's fine. Just, it's weird when you do it in the restricted section. Like,
This is my first time.
It's fine.
Here.
It's okay. I'm not telling you have to leave. It's okay. It's just weird. You get right.
No, I understand.
Like,
It's my first time
you both
here.
Understand why it's strange.
I didn't realize where I was.
2 people that definitely don't work here are in the restricted section and then suddenly invisible.
Oh well, I mean, we're not. We are seekers of knowledge. That's all.
That's all well and good. I understand that. And like I said, I'm not kicking you out. I'm not saying you have to leave.
appreciate
I don't
you.
even have the authority to do that. It's just weird.
Yeah, I'm
Just full disclosure.
I've been called that.
Full disclosure.
fucking strange, bro.
It's weird.
So, anyways,
I'm gonna go back to doing what I was doing.
thank you for not.
Try not to do any more spells up here if you wouldn't mind. That'd be cool.
That's
Please.
fair.
Thank you.
Sure thing if we could.
And
spell it.
he turns around and he goes back to working on. You see, he's working on copying down a super thick, large tome into another bit of work.
Super.
Seems like a chill employee.
Are they still invisible?
Yes.
Yeah, we have a Catholic speller.
No one. He
Okay.
didn't reach out and touch or anything.
just
He just knew
talking
you were
to-
there, and
to,
he was
like-
just kind of.
Was he an employee
That
or
doesn't
just
even
some
break the
dude?
spell.
Yeah, he appears to be an employee. Like he appears to be one of the archivists.
He's clearly one of the archivists.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I guess I'm invisible
I'll
now.
just like a disembodied voice just goes.
Yeah.
You
So-
are both still invisible. Yeah, that hasn't changed.
I guess I go back to the book that we had out. Because it's laying out, so it's less conspicuous because it's out.
Yeah.
So it's just hanging there on
Oh shit! No,
on the
that doesn't work.
chain, or
Okay, okay. I was kind of confused about. That makes more sense now.
so. All right. As you look at the archivist, he has a rolling cart
Yeah, we need one of
you think
those.
that's how they pull? You see that he's got the book pulled out. It's on the rolling cart. He's working on this cart.
Okay. What if? Hear me out now. What if we got a hold of one of those
You're
cards?
saying this over message, of course, right?
Yeah.
Over message. All right, you got 25 words.
No, I'm just kidding.
We need one of those cards. We gotta put this book on something because a floating book is very, very suspicious, but a book sitting down that occasionally flips a page because of the wind, less suspicious. I hope.
I have an idea.
How long does invisibility last?
An hour.
Nice.
Yeah, we're fucking around real hard right now.
Hey, Quinlan,
Yeah.
make an intelligence roll for me.
Dude, look. you can't role play intelligence, all right?
I know.
You're stupid or
I
you're
know,
not.
I know.
13. And I'm stupid.
You get
see?
the idea that because you're both invisible, and Quinlan, you happen to be taller than Finnegan.
Oh, shit, yeah, I just use you as a
Finnegan
shelf.
might make a decent podium to hold the book open while you stand there with your equipped invisible spell book and turn
Yeah.
pages and copy notes.
Hey, let's do that. Damn, I'm dumb. That's one I should have
So
got.
I'm just like holding it up.
Yeah, you're literally just gonna be my pet.
Or you can get on all fours and you can put it on your back.
I was thinking about just using minor illusion to make a card, but
You
that
drop.
would end invisibility.
It doesn't.
And it doesn't do that.
You
It
drop
wouldn't be
invisibility.
solid
It
at
wouldn't be
this
a
point.
physical card,
Yeah, it's
but
just an
yeah.
illusion. It's not an actual.
No, and you could
That
just
comes
put the book
later.
at the top of it.
And how would he write?
I don't know. That's why I didn't do it. It wasn't a good idea.
It wasn't a good idea.
Jeez. All right.
So, all right.
All right. So I'm
So
stealing from
invisible-
this. I'm stealing from this book
So,
now.
all right, so invisibility lasts how long?
An hour.
An hour. Okay. All right. So you have 1 hour to copy this. You can copy spells how fast?
2 minutes per spell level.
2 minutes per spell level. Okay.
It's hella fast.
Okay. Give me just a
The
second.
exact opposite of how long it's supposed to take to write spells.
2 minutes per spell level.
Oh, so yeah, that usually takes a
Okay.
lot longer, doesn't it?
An hour plus
We've got
2 minutes per spell level. Or something like that. It's ridiculous. I can cast ritual spells that I know in my book without expending a spell slot if I cast it as a ritual.
That's crazy.
But it takes 10 minutes to cast that way, plus 1 minute per spell
It's
level.
like when Piccolo charged up his...
Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
I hope this is the good one. This one's been. They've both been. I don't know. They both betray me when they don't need to. 11.
11. You are able to copy down a few spells from this book. This book did, in fact, have some knowledge that you were able to glean from reading it. This is the first time that you've really delved into reading another wizard's notes.
This is the first time
Um,
I've come to realization that I couldn't save my friends because I didn't know simple spells.
you also realize that you are reading a wizard's notes.
A wizard's notes.
You are reading.
It's more like a dissertation than a.
This
a-
reads
an
like this
abridged.
reads like a textbook kind
Peer
of.
review.
But you do manage to. You find the detect magic spell and the dispel magic spell.
Fuck yes.
Damn.
Those are the two I wanted the most.
Does that let you, like, counter things?
Like summoning circles.
Not counter, but if you see magic or something that has a magical effect on it, you can cast that spell, and if it's cast high enough, you can potentially dispel the magic that is there. Things like summoning circles, you can dispel magical
Illusions.
effects, charms, things like that.
Invisibility.
So yeah, you and as you're reading over, you see that these are the notes and memoirs of an incredibly paranoid wizard, someone who kept himself locked away in his tower for pretty much the duration of his existence. He
Very much same.
he traveled a lot, but not on the prime material plane. This wizard, in this particular memoir, speaks a lot about spending time in spires, in places. He mentions something about a brass city. He mentions something about an astral sea. But he never once mentions another person in any of this. And by the end of the book, you get the idea that these might the direction that these memoirs tend to go seem to go from a person who is paranoid to a person who might be losing grip.
Absolute insane.
Not quite there, not quite insane, but someone who might be losing grip on touch with, I would say, with the plane he exists on.
I also can. I get that.
So yeah, you finish up that, and you put the book back. It takes you probably 30 minutes to go through the whole book.
Sure.
But when you find the spells, after finally poring over this book, it only takes you a matter of maybe 8 minutes to copy these spells, less than 10 minutes to copy these spells into your book. So with a total of only 40 minutes passed, you are both still invisible.
Beautiful, beautiful. We've got 20 minutes worth of invisibility left.
Yep.
That's pretty great. I'm gonna shut the book and put it back so my pedestal can rest his arms.
The archivist who's working goes, "Ah! Still invisible. It'd be really nice if maybe, since we talked about the weirdness of you all being invisible up here, if you just weren't that anymore."
I don't know how to not without
super
casting
cool.
a spell, and I didn't want to be rude.
You could just climb down the ladder over there and just wait it out.
I'm
That would
gone.
be awesome. Thank
I'm
you
gone.
so much.
Like a fart in the wind, baby.
And you see he turns back and he looks over the page that he was working on, and he crumbles up an entire page. And you notice there's a huge streak on it
That's
from where you
perfect. That's
slammed
so
the book.
good. That's so good.
Yeah, exactly. So, you all meet back up with the rest of the group.
Yeah.
They are all munching down pretty well. Everyone, including Stabbert, who I assume is munching on some good old veggies.
Yep, from his giant sack of veggies.
And he's loving it. He's just eating them damn near whole. Honk! 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 Big fucking bunny. Big bun.
That's why I got a sack.
Yes, this will last you this meal. So you all seem to be pretty well geared up. It's getting to be you've got roughly 45 minutes before your things will be ready. Not a whole lot of time left to get your things. Is there anything else you all want to take care of before your all's
I
things are
still
ready?
need to sell this heavy armor.
You need to sell the heavy armor. I would say that's no problem. You make your way to any of the many blacksmiths
Right.
that inhabit
I'll just
that
wander
litter
to who's
the
close
streets.
by.
Did you still need to go to a blacksmith
roll
or something?
a d20 for me.
Okay.
Can I get my arcane spell card?
14.
14.
These ones?
You are able to sell for 500
Absolutely
gold.
not.
Okay.
Should.
I have nothing else I need to do.
Okay. So with that, we'll go ahead and say that if there's nothing else anyone else needs to do, we'll say that you all hang out, you get some more food, you wait around for the next few minutes, and you start to make your way back to the enchanter. He has finished your weapons. Your axe is now a +1 battle axe. And he looks at you and he says, "I think I did it." And he takes a wand and he points it, and it goes, and it glows with light, and then all of a sudden it, and the end of it explodes, and a firebolt shoots across the room and hits his wall, and he kind of starts to singe his wall a little bit, and he goes,
Seems like it worked.
one charge. And he throws it on the ground.
Perfect.
You get the idea that he might not be your
Marvelous.
best bet for turning your sword,
is
unless
it?
you wish for your sword to explode.
No, it's a neat party trick.
He says, I'll keep trying.
Well, I'll check in. I'm sure I'll be back.
Please do.
Thanks for your effort. Can't say I'm not disappointed.
He's not a wand maker. He's not great at that.
You're clearly not as disappointed as he is.
You got to shoot it at least.
You know, you're not wrong, honestly.
Yeah, he
like,
did at least get to shoot it. It blew up on him. He did take 2 points of fire damage as it blew up in his hand. He winced a bit. It hurt. So you all get everything together. You're all packed up. Your beast of burden ready to go on the cart with your cooking set still there in its entirety. No one vandalized any bit of it, believe it or not.
They knew.
Good people here.
I think it's an honest town.
And you all get ready to head out. You are heading back to
The Rhine?
I was gonna say the ship. I figured.
Okay.
We'll
So
probably
you're
have to
going with the
conscript
ship.
a couple.
So you guys head on out and begin to make your way back to the Rhine. You have the cart, so travel will be a bit easier. It won't take you quite as long either. We are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we will open with you all arriving in the Rhine.
Okay.
So,
Feels like that's not a
you
job.
all arrive back in the Rhine, ready to take on Finnegan's new ship, the Big Fin.
Where should I put the donkeys?
Your
So-
hammock.
Okay,
As you all are,
that's gonna suck.
so do you all make your way immediately to the ship itself, or are you to figure out what's going on?
Is there anything anybody needs as far as like travel stuff?
I
Like,
could probably use a couple more potions.
We know a spot for that.
Might be some here.
Yeah. So, you need some potions.
Yeah, I feel
That's
like I
that shouldn't be any problem.
Anduin's
Uh,
tiny hut.
I was going to say you can swing by Anduin's on your way into town. That's easy. She says, "Yeah, welcome back. What can I help you?"
I just need like 2 healing potions.
Perfect. 100 gold.
And we got a half off.
You got a discount at Purity Shop.
Didn't we get a discount here for saving her husband from the goo monster?
That one time.
Only that
once.
one time when you
Oh,
threatened them.
We did that once before.
Okay.
Well,
Haven't been back in a dog's year.
Now they're back to
welcome
50
back
gold
to
apiece.
where you pay full
Fine,
price.
I'll pay the full price.
We should have done something nicer for this shop here.
So, whatever came of that imp?
Oh, you'll like this.
I will. I'm very much excited to hear about what happened.
Andrew! She shouts for her husband, and he comes poking his head up out of the hatch. He looks around and says, "Oh hey, it's you guys.
Yeah.
What?" She says, "Go get the fucking imp." He says, "Oh,
Oh,
I'll
shit.
go get the fucking imp." He shuts the door and he goes
Dude, is this-
downstairs, and you come
Is this
back
Pulp
and
Fiction?
This is like a different
get
store.
the imp. Yeah, a little bit later he flips it back open, and there is you see he comes back up, and he's got a plaque, like a big plaque, and there is an imp on this plaque.
Like taxidermied?
Except still alive.
That's what you think at first, but you notice that it's still alive.
Oh God, he nailed it to a board?
Didn't nail it, no.
Zip tie.
Magically bound this
Oh,
creature
okay.
to this board.
That's much less gruesome than I was
Annalyn says,
imagining.
"That's a bit of my handiwork. It took me a little while to figure out what I was going to do with them, but I quite like it as a decoration." And the imp just... You understand this.
Oh, you speak Infernal now.
Yes! You hear, "Fuck you, bitch, I'll cut your fucking eyes out while you sleep!"
How fitting that I'm the one that understands the
The rest of you just hear gnarling and scrowling as it...
I'm gonna look at Andolin and be like, if you ever need me to, just say the word and I can toss it in the ocean. No questions
says-
asked. I would understand.
"A watery grave may be fitting of this one day, but for now, I'll let it
Yeah,
adorn
you
my
should-
husband's kitchen
You should
downstairs."
enjoy it.
Well,
He's really angry.
what
He's so mad.
I hope so. With any luck, he'll be bound to this board for all eternity, and he can be mad for all eternity.
Ooh, give him a
He's
little
lucky he
cake,
didn't
he
end
can
up
be
part of a
super
recipe. That's what I thought was gonna happen to him.
mad. I thought for
Yeah.
sure.
I thought for sure.
Like, ooh, you gotta
Not
try
too
this
late.
new
Turned it into
sausage.
jerky.
I'm so
Finnegan,
glad I dropped that in that jar now.
Give me an intelligence roll with
Oh,
advantage.
That still probably ain't enough to do
It's
it.
really, really telling that he grabbed the D12 first.
Oh,
Give me an
Time.
intelligence roll.
The D12 is like the nickel.
Oh,
Two
dice
tens.
set.
Wow. That's
That's a 20.
Together, that's a 20.
that's gonna be 12.
12. You remember by looking in your book, because you looked over that book a little bit. You remember reading something in one of the first chapters about devils and infernal creatures. Is that when they die here on the prime material plane, they don't die. They just simply return to the plane from which they came. So killing one doesn't do much of anything to it except send it home.
Kind of free it in a way.
So you would know that they couldn't, in fact, like kill it, chop it up, put it in a stew, anything like that. That would have never. There's no way to do that. When you kill it, it banishes it back to its plane. It can then at some point return if it would so choose or found a way to.
Okay.
They'd be doing it a favor.
Fair enough.
So you understand a little bit more fully why exactly this imp is bound to this plaque rather than just being killed.
Yeah, that's pretty clever. Pretty clever. I've spent enough money. I'm ready to go. To
I've
the ship.
spent.
Annalyn says, "Well, come back anytime. I'll be here." And you hear the imp. This is just
Should we
screaming
stop by
rats.
the bilge to see if anybody's seeking employment?
Ooh.
Because
Probably.
we might
Okay,
need a few
so we
extra
need to take
hands.
legit stock of our sailor situation.
Well,
We also need to put a
Semen
little bit
shortage.
of thought into something.
I think the biggest problem with the ship is
There's not enough semen on it.
no, bigger than that. I don't have a hat yet.
Wait. Oh yeah, we
True.
left before you got your hat.
Oh, we
Is
never
there a
got
hat store in town in the Rhine?
haberdashery.
Oh, what
A
if
hat,
the old
berdashery.
crazy? What if Langley's dad has a hat in his store of magical
What
miscellanea?
if Langley's dad has a hat? What if he did?
Because I don't remember his name, so
What
he's
if he
just
does it
Langley's
and we go
dad.
in there for no reason?
He might know where we could get hats.
Oh, I'm sure he thinks
We
he
can't
does.
waste any more time here.
You're right. A hat's not important. Let's go.
I
to
mean,
the
the
ship.
hat is very important. I don't want to downplay,
No, it's fine.
the
We can take
role.
care of it later.
but like we are
I'm
on
willing to-
some manner of a time schedule. But we do have time to get the things we need, including hiring sailors. Which I mean, we can't just throw them on a boat and leave today unless we Shanghai them. So
I mean, you don't know that.
probably.
Here's another
They're
thing we
sailors.
should probably consider for about half
That's
a
fair.
second. Is that Purity didn't know about that port. So this port might be more of a secret than a well-known fact. And we may not be appreciated if we get to bring in a bunch of randos.
So we should just
I'm
try
not
and
saying
man
we
it on
should
a
know. No,
skeleton crew.
those words did not come out of my mouth.
It was suggested.
Okay.
Some vetting should probably happen.
How many people do we need to operate a boat? I worked on Orstrom's boat. How many deckhands did it require?
I was gonna say
Like
four of
one
us
or
did.
two more, I would say. Right?
Finnegan, you know
I know.
this ship fairly well. You were on it when you were young. You don't remember a ton of it, but you were on it when you were young, and you worked on Orstrom's ship yet again on the way over. This ship,
Let me tell you about this ship.
The big fin.
okay,
This ship in the middle of the sea.
this ship,
Come on.
a skeleton crew, a bare bones minimum skeleton crew, could man this ship with 5 people.
We're 5 people.
Your,
5 idiots.
I will tell
Hey.
you now,
Yeah, I'm kind of not really a whole person.
if you don't hire anyone to help you run this ship with your minimal experience, you will have a bad fucking time.
Yeah.
It can be done.
Not
It
by
can be
us.
done. It could be done by you, but it won't be easy.
Well,
Let's maybe try and get 1,
If
2.
you hire
6.
4 crew members, you would be able to get around a bit easier. It wouldn't be such a nightmare. But if you were to hire 15 to 20, if you were to have an entire crew, including yourselves, of 15 to 20 crew members, you would have a fully functioning, well-oiled operational ship.
So
There are 5 of you. So if you were to hire 10 crew, that would be the bare minimum to run a full crew on this ship.
hiring people's all well and good, but we need money to do that.
True.
Well, some of us
Who's
have
gonna
a shower
foot the
hall
bill
on.
for?
But
these-
also, how much money?
How much does a sailor?
Yeah, how much money
We'd have
do
to
they
go talk to
expect?
some
Like,
sailors.
surely they don't make that much money.
Well, we don't know what they make, and so they'll want whatever they tell us they want, and we better know what they're worth.
So do we?
I'm gonna walk up to a guy and go, "How much should I pay you to do this?"
And then walk up to another guy and say, I'll pay you for whatever he said.
Like, it's probably not a short journey. I don't know how long this journey is, so I don't know what we're asking these guys to do.
Oh, on the way in.
So we probably should go to somewhere and ask some sailors or something that we're looking for a crew. We should start getting the word out
Okay.
that we're looking for a crew of some salty sea dogs.
We could ask one of the captains in port how much they pay their crew.
You might find someone.
How
at the
much
bar.
did... Well, Orshan didn't pay me shit because
I have-
I was getting...
You paid us a ticket.
Yeah.
You worked for a ride.
I wonder if there's anybody working for
Alternative
rides.
idea for the time being, considering our preparations for running a ship are not ideal.
I can be the cook.
We could maybe have the Alberon Moving Company take us to Calnora.
You want to deal with that again?
Do you want to die on a shipwreck?
I don't think they go to Calnora. Wasn't the ride the farthest they went?
Cantrove.
Or yeah,
We're trying to get to
Cantrove.
Cantrove. Cantrove
Sorry.
be in the jungle.
Yeah, sorry.
So, let's ask around. Let's start finding a crew. Is this something we can do? Can we afford it? I can't.
I don't
So,
really
Well,
know.
we don't know if we can afford it yet. We
yeah.
haven't talked to
Oh, I mean,
anyone.
I can't. So that's just what I'm saying. I can't afford it.
Okay, well let's
Somebody shot their whole wad
Let's find
on a
a
shiny.
I have a couple hundred in
I don't know
gold.
what you're talking about.
find a similar sized ship and see what they, if we can maybe talk to the captain.
Not hard to do. There's a couple of ships in the dock right now, and you find one that's relatively close to your size. A different style vessel, but the same size ship, same length, same width. You talk with that captain for a little bit. He gives you some pretty decent information. He says, all right, well, crew gets paid 10 gold pieces a month per person, plus 10% of any extra that the ship may come into. Sometimes you find stuff floating in the water. I'm not one to ask any questions. So
That's completely doable. The crew of 10, that's for a month, that's just 100 gold.
it says, but if you want to hire officers, someone a little more talented, we might charge you a little more, something closer like 15, 20 gold a month, depending on how good they are and what they do.
Even still, that's 200.
Pretty reasonable.
He says, some important things roles you're going to want to fill out. Obviously, you're going to need a captain. Captain will be responsible for the ship's maneuvers and commands to the crew, full sails, fire cannons, port starboard, etc., all that good stuff. Next will be your quartermaster. Quartermaster is your second in command, responsible for distribution of things like food, water, and wealth. They can double as a cook for the ship, and if anything should happen to you, they would take over in command. Next would be your master gunner, responsible for loading, firing cannons, keeping track of rounds, powder, deciding what type of rounds to fire, as well as any hand-to-hand combat that may happen aboard the ship.
Okay.
You'll need a lookout. Obviously, what the lookout does, responsible for sighting enemy ships, monsters, land, or even calling storms that may appear on the horizon or maelstroms that they may spot here or there. The lookout can also double as your rigger. Now, a rigger is responsible for handling things like docking or shoving off or raising lowering sails and raising lowering the anchor. They can also double as a lookout.
I can definitely handle that.
You'll need a navigator, responsible for the direction, travel maps, plotting courses, navigating storms. They can also take over the helm should the captain need to step away from the wheel. Anytime that you'll be away from the wheel, your navigator will be at the wheel. You'll need a cook and a doctor. Pretty self-explanatory. If you got a quartermaster that's a
could
good
be a
enough cook, then
doctor.
you don't need a cook. And you'll need a shipwright, someone who can upkeep repairs to the ship, make sure you're stocked with enough things to keep you afloat. Make sure that the bilge is running, and make sure you don't end up at the bottom of the sea. That should about cover it.
Got you. I appreciate the information. That is
And we'll
quite
need more than
useful.
one rigger, right? Or like deck person.
So it's important to have at least one person in each of these roles. Now, a lookout and a rigger can be one and the same. If you're a lookout, you can swing to the rigging to handle things like sails and stuff. But it is a little harder for a lookout to handle things like the anchor or even sails that you wouldn't be
So
near.
they're more like it can be done by one person, but you shouldn't.
It can be, yeah. All of these jobs
easier
can be
when you're
done
working
by
as teams.
a lot of these jobs can be done. Multiple jobs can be done by one person, but it's best if you have them all filled out.
Sure, because otherwise you have multiple people filling multiple roles.
Right.
And
Like a quartermaster can double as a cook, or you could have a quartermaster and a cook. That way, the cook can focus on making meals the entire time. The quartermaster can do things like because the quartermaster is in charge of distribution of things, so he's taking a lot of stock of inventory, making sure that the crew is all happy with everything that they're getting, making sure that everybody gets paid right. The quartermaster is the second most authority on the ship and has the most direct contact with the crew beneath the captain.
Would you be the cook or the quartermaster?
I got dibs on doctor.
You the doctor. You.
I read a book.
You
That's
almost
not
died.
That's not what I wrote down.
That's not what I wrote down.
So if you all would like to pick a position that you think you would be good in, you can then start hiring for these other positions you know you need to fill out, and then any extra crew to make up your full 15 crew should you choose to hire that many.
Well,
We'll see. The thing about it is I am a cook, and quartermaster sounds like a lot of extra work.
You're also a scribe.
I am a scribe.
He's got you there.
I am a scribe. Yeah.
You're a scholar and
I'm not
gentleman.
trying to twist your
I'll
arm
do
or anything.
I'll do
I'm
rigor.
just-
I mean, it's a lot of like athletics, right? And
Rigor,
and like I did that stuff on Horstrom's boat, so.
I feel like I could be like a doctor or lookout.
I wrote you down as
I feel
doctor.
like those
Okay.
would be good. Both of
How's
them
your
would be
perception? How's your wisdom?
My wisdom is my highest stat.
good. Yeah, so
Well.
that would probably be good then.
Yeah.
You could be both lookout and potential doctor. Seems like a danger to put your doctor up on a stick.
That also
Yeah, I was
makes
gonna say,
sense.
might be
That's why I
dangerous to
said.
stick your
That's why I
doctor up
said
in.
or and not.
Also,
and.
you're big enough to be carried away by several types of seabird.
But our doctor
You're
is
small
doctor.
enough.
Yeah.
The doctor from range. Lots of
just
doctor
feel like it'd be
spells are
cool.
touch spells, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want Zilgrim to be carried off
Like,
by a large seabird.
Healing word is
Right.
like the
Across
only
nest.
distance one.
But
I
it's up
think.
to you. You can pick
Doctor
whatever
makes the
position
most
you would
sense.
like. If there's any position you want to hear again, let me know.
I'll be
but I do
doctor.
need to know what
Yeah,
everyone is
can you
choosing.
just go over them all real quick?
I can use
one
prayer of
Captain.
healing without
Yeah.
touching anyone.
Right. I assume you are
Rigor,
taking.
quartermaster, lookout. I know.
So, Captain, quartermaster, master gunner, lookout,
You want to be master gunner
rigger,
I can be.
or
Navigator.
quartermaster?
cook,
I could be either.
doctor,
How are you in
and
numbers?
shipwright.
Authority.
Pretty good. I was basically in a military.
Well, you're an honest dude.
I feel like
You
that
seem like you're
makes
not
sense.
into the whole stealing gig, so maybe quartermaster is the role for
Oh,
you.
you know what? I've been thinking about that also, and I want you to know we didn't steal anything from the Grand Archives.
Only knowledge, not physical things.
Yes.
Stolen knowledge is just called information, and that's okay.
The archives are kind of just for giving you information.
Good. That
so-
means I don't have to beat you whenever we get to a private place.
You want to beat my private place?
Get you right in your private place.
Not in public.
Look,
I just said that.
The religion of Cord is a weird one. You flog a lot.
There's a lot of flagellation happening.
Sounds very Catholic.
So,
Those
Master
are at the
Gunner?
creepy end of Catholics, the
Uh,
freaky deaky
well, that
Catholics.
depends
I
on-
just assume it's every Catholic.
I mean, if you want me as your quartermaster, I'll be your quartermaster.
I feel like it makes sense.
I'm down. That's
Okay.
me.
Then
I
yeah.
feel like if you're kind of keeping stock of things while if you're also cooking too, that would kind of go hand in hand. I feel like.
If we hire a cook, I can dictate.
True, you could be his boss.
Yeah.
You
Make
could
it-
be the
make him
chef
call you
and
chef.
that he could
Yeah, he'll
the
be your
cook.
sous chef.
So you're gonna be quartermaster?
I'm going to be quartermaster. Half daddy.
I'll be an easy boss.
What about
don't
you
worry.
then?
The gunner.
You wanna be master gunner?
Yeah.
All right.
That seems like military tactics and such.
I
Sure
feel
does.
like that is a fitting role. That's why I laughed when he was reading that one because it was just like I was just like, "That's Guru."
Oh, the ship cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy.
The guy that just threatened to beat the shit out of me. Yeah, that one. So that would leave us to hire. I feel like. So, do you want to do Doctor Lookout? Is that?
I'll
the
do
plan?
Doctor makes most sense, I think.
Doctor. Okay.
So we need a lookout, a navigator, a cook, and a shipwright at the minimal, plus like 5 deckhands.
Yeah, we could use a few more riggers and deckhands.
So, you all have your roles pretty well figured out. Where would you like to go to try and gather more crew?
Oh, we have options.
bilge,
It's
maybe?
not just the. Well, I mean, the bilge is going to be some salty sea
Yeah,
dogs.
they're gonna be some
Where-
scallywags.
I mean,
Yeah, the thing
I
about
want that fucking gold tooth orc.
yeah, he runs the
He
bar.
runs the bar.
so-
He's probably not coming
his
with you.
done
sailing
with
days
his
are
shipping
over.
days.
Yeah.
He might know of some like
I think
good.
at one point he. No, he never did. Never mind. Yeah, no. Sorry, I thought he may have told you something, but I don't think he did.
Yeah, he told us a lot of things.
He told you a lot of
He
things.
said a lot of shit.
He lost his leg.
Are there like
Oh, he did tell you a lot of shit. He told you he also used to sail with Orstrom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe we should talk to that orc and see if he knows any reliable
Any good men?
Yeah.
I bet he knows a lot of good men.
Whether or not they're all retired like he is.
Oh, he's just full of stories. I bet he knows a lot of good men. I like him. He smells like horse shit.
So does that want to be our first stop?
Yeah.
To
We're
the
close.
Bilge.
That's where
Let's
we
see
are,
what's
baby.
going on in the bilge.
All right. You all open up the doors to the bilge, and it immediately smells like stale beer and sea salt in here. It is.
Oh, we haven't been to the bilge before.
Yeah,
Yeah, you talked to Valen.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Valen, that's his name.
Yeah, Valen Rodras, the owner of the bilge. And as soon as you do, a glass flies past one of your faces and shatters on the wall. It's a rowdy good time. There's music playing. There's lots of people in the bilge today. And Valen says, "Oh, it's nice to see you again. Welcome on back."
Thank you.
He grins, and you can see that one gleaming gem in that golden crack-filled tooth of his. And he says,
Crack
"Right.
his teeth.
what can I do for you?"
I'm missing half of one of mine.
You know, I was wondering if you might know anyone looking for some work. Any reliable?
All right. You just got yourself a ship.
Yeah.
Alright, you need to fill it out.
Yep.
Right. You paying?
Of course.
Hey, this lad's got paying work! You see everybody just kind of looks over at you for a minute. They pat you on the back and he goes, "How about it, lad?"
Was it like speed dating? I don't understand.
Yeah, what do I do?
But it's
So-
like only
He
Finnegan's
is,
just speed dating. all
Valen
on the
has
table.
thrown you to the wolves and is having quite a time with it.
I shouldn't have said anything.
So should we split this up and each hire 2 people?
You want
Sir-
me to Well, I guess I can interview some
Riggers.
riggers and deckhands or whatever.
Okay.
I think I'd be too trusting. I'm not gonna lie.
I can look for a cook.
Alright. That would leave me to find a shipwright
And a
and
navigator.
a navigator.
Perfect. So, everyone make insight checks.
That's the one I don't have a good.
Insight, please.
Yeah, I don't
As
have
you
any
all
kind of-
are looking around the room trying to find some people that might.
Yes.
Natural 20. What's that add up to? 21? Okay.
I also got 21.
21.
15?
15.
15.
18.
Hey, those are
15.
pretty good rolls.
That's really good all the way around. That's really good all
I am
the
a
way
fucking
around.
fantastic interviewer.
So who is looking for the lookout?
I guess I would probably.
You were looking for
that
so
too.
you find a lookout. You find this Tabaxi. He's a gray and white tiger striped tabby tiger striped Tabaxi. He's got a pink nose, but his hair is fucked. I mean, it's like missing patches and shit. He's got one eye. Like, one eye is just shut. Like, it's been completely scooped out. He's not wearing an eye patch or anything. It's just
Wait,
gross. It's
for
just
a
Got
lookout?
one eye for a lookout?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
for the
yeah, yeah,
telescope.
yeah.
Oh,
And,
Yeah, you can still use a telescope.
And
He's
he's
fine.
still got good vision.
And Yeah, you walk up to him
Higher
and
one-eyed
he
look
looks
out.
that one eye at you, and that pupil
Oh my
it
god.
gets super thin,
It's fine. It's normal.
and he says, "Need a crew?
Oh.
What
Are you paying?"
what can you do? What are you good at?
He looks over, and he says, "See that fly on the window?
Do I see the fly on the window?
Make a perception check."
He says, "Do I see the fly on the window?"
2. Well,
2, 3.
You don't see that fly. You don't even see the window.
Yeah, there's definitely no fly on the window.
Scared of heights?
Love them. Heights are great.
How's 10 gold a month? So
Sounds like shit.
15 a month.
Sounds way better.
Could do that.
Buckled so fast.
You really did. God damn, the rest of us are fucked.
I'll be your lookout.
We don't throw cash at them, they're not gonna
Shake his
come.
hand.
Name's Tabby Jim. Oh no.
God.
It's alright. He reaches out and he gives you a handshake and he's sort of vibrating as you grab his hand.
Is the tabaxi purring?
No. No, just like
No, he's just hype as fuck. He's
just
got the
shaking a
zoomies
bit.
right now, but he's in an interview.
he looks like he's seen some shit. He's a little weathered. But
I can tell.
Also, that
He
whole
looks like
scuba
Bumpus.
thing.
yes, but short-haired. Short-haired, like Harry's stripes and like coloration, but like bedraggled as fuck, missing patches of fur and like it has like 3 big chunks taken out of one of his ears and like he's missing his left eye. Big cute pink button nose though.
I'm gonna like tell him where the ship is and what it looks like, what it's called, and yeah, I just feel like we're taking off soon.
I'll be on the lookout.
Perfect.
That is
Good
Tabby Jim, your lookout.
Tabby Jim.
The cook, Quinlan.
That's me.
You. Let's see.
I feel so bad that I just mollywalked your fucking your block.
It's all right. Don't sweat it. It all comes apart. It's real nice. It's all magnetic. Cook. Quinlan.
That's me. No matter how hard I try.
You can't stop looking at this incredibly interesting person sitting at the bar. Her skin is it has a bluish hue to it from top to bottom. But she doesn't have horns. This isn't a tiefling that you're looking at. Her hair is green, like a seafoam color. And you notice that as you look for a minute, her skin seems to kind of ripple, almost like the surface of the ocean. And as you're looking, she starts to mow down on this huge leg of something as she is just eating fiercely.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna approach,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say I'm looking for a cook.
She stops and looks up at you and she goes, "I can cook a damn sight better than this." She slams the fucking big leg of whatever it is on the ground and she says, "I don't much care what you're paying. I'll take the job. My name is Basrani. I need to get off of this rock."
This Ronnie?
Basrani, B''S''RANI.
I was only barely wrong
Um,
with that. All
let's
right,
see.
cool.
Have you,
Is she Did
I
I
would
just hire a sea hag?
make an intelligence check. Or make an insight
Ursula
check.
the Sea
rather.
Witch.
Oh, that's good. Insight, you said?
Yeah.
19.
This is a water genasi.
Oh, dope.
You have only seen one or two before. Always near the docks and always trying to get back out to the water.
Well, we're going to the water, so
How do you spell your name?
B''SRANI.
All right. The shipwright. Who's looking for the shipwright?
That's me again.
You're looking for the shipwright? You're looking for shipwright and navigator as well?
I think I had to look for 3 things.
Okay. Shipwright. So you definitely know you want someone capable. You want someone who can, if water starts to pour in, that, they're going to be able to grab hold of, something and push it against this water and hammer a board back in, or, be able to,
What are we paying?
bail water,
Standard.
rapidly out of the bottom, and your eyes land on the Goliath
God, I had hoped this would work out.
whom you had seen before, the one who had kicked the door off the hinges a while back. And you kind of get an idea, like, maybe... this guy carries around a big fucking hammer. It's sitting there next to him. Maybe
It's a big hammer.
maybe this guy could... Maybe he's a carpenter. Maybe he can work on ships.
Always hanging out with the bilge. May as well ask. I'll approach him.
You approach and you notice very quickly there's like 9 empty mugs on the table, and he is throwing back another one, and he sets it down as you approach him.
Just gonna walk up and point at all the mugs and just go impressive.
He grins and he says, "That was breakfast."
Andre the Giant. God, it hurts being this nerdy.
Right?
Jesus.
We're telling stories.
Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna start slingshotting D20s at people.
That's so funny. Alright, so yeah,
Just tell them that we're looking for big strong man who can do some work around my ship.
he says, "Work on that ship."
Yeah, my ship. Not a boat, a ship.
I got some shitty
You know, I like
joints.
it
There's
here
some
in
shitty
Baylor
things
and
everywhere
Bludgeoneers
once in a
bar.
while. That was pretty shitty.
It was a nice bar.
Make an insight check.
Oops! That's like the 3rd time I've done that.
It's a 10.
11.
11. He seems a little apprehensive to leave at first. Like, maybe a bit nervous.
What, are you getting paid to stay here or something?
He says, "No, I paid off my debt a long time ago, but Valen is nice, and if I keep the bar free of riffraff, I get to drink."
That's fair. Well, there's grog on the ship.
That is tempting.
Just have some, physical labor here and there. Gold in your pocket. Grog in your belly. It's not a bad gig.
Sun on your shoulders.
You don't have to break up bar fights anymore.
He leans down to you and he says, "Could you teach me to read a compass?"
I would be honored to teach you to read a compass.
He just kind of smiles really big and he says, I will work on your ship.
That's what I wanted to hear. He'll do great. And I'll just give him, like I did before, give him the general directions.
Nice. He continues to sit there for a little bit and he orders 4 more beers.
Yeah. Drink up. my friend.
What's his name?
Crush.
Crush.
Crew of the Big Fin. Come together.
Big fin in the middle of the sea.
I would say that while Finnegan is picking out the last of his crew, the rest of you are probably going around seeing if you can hire extra deck hands, other riggers, things like that, more crew members.
Yes.
All of you make persuasion rolls. Not you. You are working on something
Yeah,
else.
you're
All of
already
you
persuading.
Make persuasion rolls, please.
It's dirty 20.
Ooh, okay.
17.
17.
25.
The roleplay has been
Persuasive.
strong as hell today.
7.
I get a +6.
Nobody believes
Zoe,
that I can sail.
You are actually, because you're walking around with your frog on your head, people are having a hard time taking you serious.
I am the doctoire.
You're right.
We're building a proper anime crew here.
Yeah, we're gonna go find the one.
We
piece.
just really need somebody whose fucking nose bleeds every time they see some tits, and we're in trouble.
You will all be fired at cannons.
It's Merlin.
With those high rolls, though, you all are definitely able to. You are able to hire 6 more crew, which will put you to 15. You can hire up to 20 total with that roll if you would like to have the whole 20.
It's up to
We
Captain.
still need a navigator. That's the only role that's not filled.
Right. That is one that you will be handling.
Do we want a full crew of 20, or are we cool with 15?
I feel like we could get by with 15.
So we'd have to hire 6 more people.
Yep.
Counting the navigator.
Right. 'Cause, yeah, you'll still be.
Well, 7 more with counting the navigator.
There's 9
Seven.
important roles.
And the navigator isn't filled, so that's 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's 6 plus navigator.
To put us up to 15.
Yep.
Cool. So
And we convince these people to do it for 10 gold?
Yes, with those high rolls, you
Yeah,
absolutely
dude,
do.
they're deckhands.
So yeah.
That's not a named
They are
role.
at 10 no matter what.
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's the named positions that
Oh, okay.
fill out for more pay potentially, depending on their skill level.
And so far, only Tabby Jim's asked for more pay. The Water Gadasi said, "Get me the fuck out of here." Well, I've got a boat. We can do out of here.
Shit.
Yep.
So that puts us at somebody who knows where we're going.
Yep. So you need to find a navigator.
Possibly the most important. Besides the captain, of course.
So
I'll respect
You-
the cabin that I have.
spend a bit of time here at the bilge with this last position to fill out. This is probably one of the more important positions to fill out. This is someone who you will be, as the captain, relying on heavily quite a bit. Your quartermaster obviously deals very closely with the crew, but your navigator is the one who is going to get you where you are going, which might be the most important thing about the ship.
Nah, we'll be fine.
Especially when it comes to things like navigating storms,
Yeah.
navigating harsh waters through rocks,
I
and
feel like floating is the most important thing for a ship.
doesn't matter if it floats as long as you get there.
Hey, if Blackbeard can hit a sandbar, we can do it.
So, you spend quite a bit of time
Hell yeah, bro.
looking for a navigator. Some people come in and out of the bar for a while. I would say that you probably spend a couple of hours, maybe 3 to 4 hours, hiring crew. You're trying to get 15 people together in total, aboard the ship. It takes you a little while of picking and choosing. Make one last perception check.
13.
It seems maybe this place is a bit picked over.
Yeah.
You can't get everything out from one store, right?
And you
Always gotta
decide
go across town for eggs.
it might be better. Maybe you should ask around somewhere like the Ivory Goat, or maybe somewhere on the dock.
Yeah, maybe we could go to the...
And as you get up to leave, a chair scoots out. And from behind you, you hear...
completely normal walking pace.
in Resident Evil Land. I think
and a
that's
hand
peg leg.
sits down on your shoulder.
That's a peg leg for sure.
And you hear... Pardon me, boy.
He's hired.
He's on. Stop talking. He's on.
But I hear you're looking for a crew. And you turn around, and the most piratey pirate.
Privateer.
No.
We're privateers.
No. Not
We
this
don't
one.
steal.
Not this one.
We don't hurt one. No one don't need hurting.
He is...
No, we did though. Once.
He is wearing a large black hat rimmed in green. It has a green feather in it.
Oh, like
He's
a
wearing
captain's
a
hat.
long black single-breasted button coat with large cuffs with big gold buttons that hang off of either of them. It is filigreed all the way up the sides and up the collar in green. You can see just poking out a necklace hanging that tucks down inside of his large white shirt that's sticking out from underneath of his vest. Across his chest, you can see a bandolier, and there's a sword at either side. He has one eye, an eye patch, and a peg leg.
Yeah.
He has both his hands though.
That's good.
One eye and an eye patch, because that's going to be a problem.
It's over the
Yeah, just
the
an
non-existent
open eye
one.
wound.
Don't worry. Yeah, scooped out, wearing an eye patch.
I like to be able to see under the deck.
No, he's wearing an eye patch. He says he's got rings, gold rings, mouth full of golden teeth, earrings. He's got jewelry hanging in his hair, like.
That's awesome.
And he
So
says, "I be a fine navigator, boy."
that is quite the coincidence, because that is quite literally the only position left.
I've been listening,
Deciding if it sounded good or not.
just waiting to see if you made any right decisions.
Well, I need a navigator.
That you
In
do.
front of me. You look the part.
Are you gonna make the right decision?
Jesus Christ, are we dating now?
This
That'll
is
cost you
cheating.
extra.
Are the rest of us around to hear this?
Yeah, you all are in the bar. Yeah, you all
Okay.
are around.
I would never interrupt this conversation.
Absolutely not.
So what's your name?
My name's not really what's important. Why don't you call me Jim? Jim Castover.
We've already got a gym.
I'm other Jim.
Other Jim. Gotcha.
How about James Castover?
Other
Fair
Jim
enough.
James. Gotcha.
So what?
Perfect.
Other Jim, James Castover, James Castover.
Maybe just James for short. Or Jim.
So how does 15 gold a month sound?
You're starting too high for you. But I'm not getting on that shit for less than 20.
Oh.
You have any references?
He grins a big toothy grin, and you see sharp. He's got one big sharp golden tooth on his left side where his canine is, and he says, "I got references."
I'm just playing. Anyways, 20.
I'm gonna roll insight.
Go for it. What are you trying to figure out?
Like if this dude's on the level, or if he's just bullshitting us to get money.
Okay.
Pig leg.
19
So
plus
he's
2,
probably-
21.
He's
You
definitely not
know that you might want to be a little wary, possibly afraid of this guy. He looks
like a goddamn pirate.
He looks like a goddamn pirate. He looks like a captain. He looks like a sea captain. Like for
Oh, he might take your boat.
like he looks
He
looks
might be a
like
mutiny man.
this guy. You also know that this guy means everything he is saying. When he says he is a good navigator, he absolutely means it. He is a good navigator.
There's a reason he wears that stylish hat.
There's a reason he's demanding 20 gold too,
Yeah.
because he knows he's worth it.
I am going to lean down. I assume I don't make it all the way to Finn's ear.
It depends on how far you want to go.
Classic short.
Pick him up by his.
Nice one, buddy.
Where you want to be when Court comes
And kind
back.
of in a hushed tone, say, I think we do it. I think we hire this dude.
He leans down next to you and he goes, "Of course you do."
You don't
I
have a
like that I
choice.
heard the dice roll and then.
I got it. Check.
Yeah, I think 20 is reasonable. You seem like you know
We have a deal.
navigate these
And he
sort
holds
of
out his
situations.
hand.
I'll shake his hand.
Clasps your hand firmly and shakes it. And he says, "Don't worry."
It's
I
like
know."
literally lifting me off
Yes,
the
he's
ground.
very enthusiastic and he says, "I know where the shit be." And
He's
then-
already planning on stealing it.
We gotta keep an eye on him.
He can't run very fast.
He's
Running's not
makes
going
his
to be
way.
the issue.
Well, looks like we got all our
ship.
It's his
crew.
charisma.
Let's
We've
head to the
probably
ship.
I think we're gonna owe 115 gold a month.
Sounds about right.
Someone please check my math.
We hired.
We've got 6 crew at 10 gold each. That's 60.
Yes.
There's 70, 80, 90, 100. Yeah, 115 for sure.
Yeah.
Who here is proficient in history? Is that just
That's
Quinrin?
That's him.
Not me.
Quinrin,
Yep.
I need you to make a history check, and Gorna, I need you to make I'd say a perception check.
10.
10.
26.
26. You don't get much of anything looking at this guy, but Quinrin,
Mm-hmm.
something about this guy is familiar. It's not his name,
No, because it's a fake name.
but it's his.
That's normal.
He was super ready to change
Well,
it immediately. It's a fake name.
No, he straight up told us it was a fake name.
Yeah. He said his name wasn't important and you can just call me this.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's conniving.
That's kind of why I
He
did the
looks
insight check.
familiar to you?
You can't place from where.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
you don't really read pirate books or anything like that. Like, this guy obviously looks like a pirate, so you're like, is he a pirate? I don't know. He's familiar looking. I can't fucking place it though.
Can I ask Valen if he's trustworthy?
Yeah, go for it. Sure.
Yeah, I would like
And Valen,
to approach the bar and speak with the big
First
friend.
bar and speak with your honor.
Yeah.
Valen said,
Right, what can I do for you?
Do you know anything about that fellow that just walked out of here with the fancy clothes?
He showed up about 5 days ago. He's been staying in the bilge. That's the most I've seen him talk since he's been here, other than to order some grog.
Okay. So you don't know who he is?
I thought he was just some drunk masquerading as a sea captain.
This guy isn't the traveler, is he?
I don't think
There's a
so.
lot of
No.
green.
Oh, sorry. Nobody that you know.
I know a lot of people.
Well, kind of a dude that rolls around in a green cloak.
I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah, right. Mysterious type.
yeah, right.
This has been in here for a while.
It's just a mysterious type. Shows up, goes away. Red hair.
Pops out of thin air.
I say we just keep an eye on him. Seems like he knows what he's doing, but
He says,
Red hair.
Yeah.
Valen stops and he looks at you for a second, and he is now completely has shifted his entire conversation over to Gorda, and he says,
Big nose.
Yeah, that's the one.
he leans in close and he says,
I thought I was fucking mad. Who is this guy you've seen?
Yeah. I don't know.
He comes in here sometimes after everyone's asleep and he mucks about.
Mucks about.
What, do you like move your furniture around?
Hey, all sorts of stuff.
Oh.
He's
Moves furniture, stacks glassware, he just flips people's beds over, he does all sorts of things.
No.
He's a mischievous spirit of some kind. I don't know. He popped up to give us some information, and then just like he's real sneaky and just seems to come out of nowhere. So, I don't know much about him other than he knew a lot about the Draylands.
You talked to him.
Oh yeah. Have you never talked to him?
No! He comes in and ruins me bloody bar, and then I'm supposed to just have a conversation with him like everything. How you
I mean,
doing?
Well, I mean,
maybe
you
I'd
seem to
ask
keep a
him why
pretty
he's
tight
doing
ship
it.
around here.
Oh yeah, tight.
Well,
Like, can't we see the
you don't
sea
seem
through
like the type to
floor?
let
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
muck
You
around
can
in your
see
bar.
the sea through the floor here.
Yeah.
Yeah, toy.
You don't seem like the type to just let somebody wreck up your place for fun.
Well, I don't. I say get out, and then he's gone. What's supposed to do?
Oh, well, okay. Well, then I guess you. Huh. Well, the guy told me he's been following me since I was born, but I don't know what to believe. I
That's
think
the
he
scariest thing I've ever heard.
I think he might just be trying to mess with me.
I think you might need to run.
Well, I mean,
I mean, he's found us every time so far.
yeah, he hasn't had any trouble figuring out where we are.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you see him again, hit him in his mouth for me. I'm too slow to catch him.
That seems fair.
Fair
That seems
enough.
fair. We'll take that into consideration very strongly.
Yeah, does our pirate friend have a long nose?
Or a big nose, or red hair.
No, his hair is black. Big black beard too.
Oh,
Okay,
great.
then.
Blackbeard pirate.
Tan skin.
Navigator. Human?
Son of a bitch, this pencil's so old.
Alright. So we're stacked.
So you all have your crew. They are all aboard the ship currently, where you have sent them. You all have gathered quite a bit of supplies. Your ship is stocked and ready for a journey. Your navigator says,
Where to, Captain?
pull out the map. Show him the map.
In private.
He leans over
It's a test.
and he says,
I know you know.
he grins real big, and he says,
Motherfucker.
I set sail for the south of Cetera! We're bound for dangerous waters! And that would be your rigger's cue to shove off
Alright.
and set sail. You do. The ship pushes off the dock and the sails unfurl and catch the wind, and the ship rocks and creaks.
The donkeys are just rocking around in the bunk room.
They are down in the hold. There's a spot for them.
He told me to put them by my bed.
They will not get to your bed.
They will not get to your bed.
No, they will not.
No, you may not.
I'm
and
not
you all
sharing a room with a
begin
donkey.
to set sail
What about a mule?
out of the Rind. Jim Castover looks at you and he says, I recommend we go west.
West we go.
And he
Take
begins.
your word for it.
He lays out some maps on a table and begins working, plotting the course and charting. You all are well on your way to the Cantrovian jungle. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end it.
I'm just standing on the deck talking to Gillian about it. Because, I mean, nobody needs a doctor yet, so I'm just like chilling.
Going to the jungle, buddy.
You and me.
Is there anything else anyone wanted to get done before, just in case? Is there anything anyone wanted to get done before you all set off?
No.
Check.
I was
I think
pretty
I did
well
a good
done.
chunk of it.
Okay.
We'll have